Hi everyone, we're going to look today at the Freeway T80 shower chair. I'm going to run through the basics of it for you and then we'll have a look a bit later on at some of the optional accessories that are available for the chair. These are manufactured in the UK in our Wales factory. It's made in steel, powder coated, and then it also has a coating on the top called Free Coat, which is antibacterial, antimicrobial, to help keep the chair free of bacteria and germs. I'm just going to go down and show you the bottom. I'm going to start with the footrest and work my way up the chair. The chair, as you see it now, is in its basic form. The idea with the Freeway shower chair range is that they are fully modular and lots of different accessories can be added or removed over time to suit differing needs of a client. We'll run through some of those, as I say, a little bit later on. In its basic form, it comes with standard footrests, standard seat, which is a large horseshoe aperture, straight arms, and obviously the backrest. I'll show you that in a second because that's got the tilting mechanism attached to it. The footrests are fully adjustable, so they will go all the way to the floor, and they will go all the way back up to the frame as well. And as standard, they always come with heel supports. As you can imagine, when you tilt the chair, which I'll show you, we don't want somebody's heels or feet falling off the foot plates. Moving up from there, we have a calf support. Now this is there for safety reasons. If a person was to have a spasm and their legs were to contract, what we don't want is their feet being able to get through inside the frame here. Again, if the chair is tilted and then you sit it back up, we don't want anybody's feet being trapped in there. So that's there as a safety mechanism. These little foot supports are to stop the feet falling off the footrests. All four casters are braked. So you've got brakes on all four casters. As long as 2 brakes are on, the chair should be safe. If you can put 3 or 4 on, the reason they're all 4 casters are braked is because if this chair goes over a toilet, you may not be able to get access to the rear brakes if it's behind the cistern, for example. So as long as 2 brakes are on at the front or the side or the back, the chair will be safe for you. The seat is a standard horseshoe, large, which is equivalent to a standard toilet seat. We'll talk more about the different options shortly, but this is what you'll get if you order a standard basic chair. The armrests on this one you'll see are straight. They curve slightly out at the front to give more room, basically for opening legs and washing in between. That's another thing that the horseshoe gives access for cleaning as well. If I show you the back of the chair, so the tilting mechanism is operated with the pram handle at the back. I'll turn the chair around and show you in a second. If I squeeze the handle and push down on the chair, we can tilt the chair back into full recline. The good thing about this chair is it's not into set positions either. So if I tilt it fully, I can release it slightly and slowly and stop in any position that I want to stop the chair for optimum position for the client. I'll turn the chair around so you can see that a little bit better. The handle for operating is underneath here. If I squeeze the handle and push down on the chair, we operate the tilt. And wherever I want that chair to stop, just let go of the handle and it will remain in position. We'll go on to have a look at some of the accessories now. So one of the accessories we've got is a head support, which can be added quite easily. It drops onto the little spigots on the top of the chair here. You may want to use this for people who have poor head control. So if they struggle with controlling the neck, we can put this onto the chair with or without a cushion as well. I'll show you that in a second. You can also use it if you've got somebody who's tilted and you're struggling to wash hair. It can be removed temporarily for the hair washing and then replaced afterwards to put the support back behind somebody's head. So if I just go ahead and drop this onto the 2 spigots on the top there, and then we'll adjust, screw the pins in at the back, and that'll hold that on securely there onto the back of the chair. And then should you want to add a head support cushion, this one is the curved support, which will give lateral support as well as rearward support. We also do flat cushions as well if you just need some support so the head doesn't tilt back to lean against there, depending on the person's body shape and shoulders. One of the other options we have with the chair is lateral supports. One of the benefits of the tilting space chair, if somebody has poor trunk control and tends to lean maybe to the left or to the right, maybe somebody's had a stroke, there could be things like MS, MND, tilting the chair back means gravity takes over and the person actually leans back into the chair and are less likely to tilt and lean to the side. If they do still lean, however, you've got options of lateral support. So this is just one of many options we have. It slides in and out on the side of the chair, and it also slides up and down. I'll pop the other one in just to show you how it fits in. Fits onto the frame at the side here. Now these are manufactured this way, so you have to order the chair with these lateral supports attached. If you don't have these on and you need them adding to an existing chair, we have different options available. So the lateral support literally just slides into the frame there, into the position you want. You can also choose different size pads, and it screws together there. If I undo the top, I can then adjust the height of the lateral support and screw it back together. So you can move it up and down and in and out, and choose a different thickness of pad as well to go with it. So we're going to have a look at the armrest now. The ones we're looking at today are standard armrests. We have straight, half wide and full wide armrests. The difference is basically if you add 2 half wide armrests, it gives you an extra inch of width on the chair on either side, so that's 2 full inches. If you go for full width arms, you end up with 2 extra inches on either side, so 4 inches in total on the chair width. The benefits of these, if somebody gains or loses weight, you can mix and match the armrests and add half full width straight arms, so you can make the chair slightly wider or slightly narrower depending on the width of the person if they put weight or lose weight. So if I turn the chair around so you can have a look at these standard basic ones, the ones in here at the moment are the straight arms, and I have a full wide arm there to show you as well, so you can see the difference. So I'm just going to pop the straight armrest back in there just to show you what it looks like with the 2 straight arms on. If you wanted to leave this in position now, we would actually screw this in and lock that so it doesn't move, so the client can't accidentally knock the armrest off. There's a couple of other things you can do with it. You can actually raise it out, leave the back in and swing it away if you're doing side transfers, and obviously remove it completely if you don't need it for any particular reason. Maybe care staff fitting a sling and they need more access to one side. But if I go ahead and replace that with the full wide armrest, you'll now see the difference between this side and that side. It makes it a much wider chair. If you've got somebody with wider hips that find that the armrest pad is rubbing, we can just give them extra width. So the half wide would sit in between the 2. You've got straight on the left and wide on the right here. So while I'm down here, I'm just going to take this armrest back off again and just have a look at the seat. So the seats as standard, you can have a flat padded seat, you can have a small, medium or large horseshoe seat with the gap at the front. You can also have a small, medium and large aperture where this gap is filled in and you just end up with equivalent to a toilet seat. The large aperture is the equivalent to a standard toilet seat. Not quite the same size, but it's the closest equivalent. The seats are all removable and they just drop into position and lock using these little swivel pins here at the bottom. And you can see this one's got the commode pan sliders. If you don't want these, you don't have to have them, and you wouldn't get these if you had an automatic chair, i.e. it was for a Closet or Jebrick style auto bidet toilet. But the seats just drop straight into there, and then from underneath we can spin the little clips around and that will actually lock it into position. The other thing you can do, if you have a horseshoe seat of standard length, it will actually fit on the chair backwards. And that can be quite good if you've got somebody with a pressure ulcer around the coccyx area, because it removes the pressure away from there completely if somebody's going to need to be on the chair for quite some time. I'll pop this back around the right way now.